what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You're ability free. Being a pirate is always with me. Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Jay here, and welcome back to some more LA Noire. It's been a couple of days since I played this game, so I don't quite remember what the next episode was called. But we'll find out in just a minute. Once the loading screen has had its time. There we go, 85%, 99, there we go. The Naked City.
187 at 5810 Murata Avenue. Homicide wants you over there.
I'm hoping that doesn't mean that we're gonna get another naked body.
Don't say anything, Roy. Just get over there.
Do you see more morphine? Not that way. This way. That way, down here.
I should start introducing us as
Kinda still in the station.
My science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
This
Your
way.
interest in my appearance is starting to get me worried.
And that way and that way. I'm just looking at the exit signs everywhere.
People judge me with you on my arm the same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
So,
I hope you're joking, Roy.
yeah, he said something about more morphine. So I mean, we took out the morphine in I think the first case, or was it the second? No, it was the first. But we kept finding more of it,
recovered the morphine. Some of it might be
so we were
unaccounted
thinking
for,
that,
so what,
you know,
that's life.
there's still some
We
left on
did
the
our
streets
job.
and stuff.
Closing one case opens another.
Do you have any idea what is really going on while we're wasting our time following this stuff?
Are you going to tell me?
The deals being done right now will change the face of LA forever, and we're wasting our time on some hump.
Someone's little girl.
Visit the morgue at the end of the month when the John and Jane Does are cremated. Their percentages. The odds for and against
I
lightning
wonder
striking.
what deal he's talking about. Talking about some deal being forged.
In the vicinity of 211 in progress at 3rd and Union. Stand by for further unit to handle identify.
Alright, so yeah, it looks like there's still morphine on the streets despite us taking care of the morphine traffickers. And then let's just cross our fingers that this is not a naked body. Because I do not feel like editing that much of it out with stickers.
Apartment 6.
Apartment 6? Second
Thanks.
floor, alright. Alright. Well, there's 5. Oh, you did say right at the back, so... There we go, down here.
Bukowski, you made homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, fellas.
Oh, there we go, that's our
You want
original
a hug?
partner.
Or can we get on with it?
Relax, Rusty.
And Rusty. Are they partners now?
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynolds.
Oh, no, not
She
in the
called
tub.
me
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
Alright. So the homicide dudes think it's murder. Let's just take this straight into there. Ah, they're good, they've got it covered. Why couldn't you do with this all... I don't get it.
Phelps?
Like,
Mal, we've
you
had a
couldn't
look
put a
around.
towel on all
Rusty
the other
thinks it's a waste
chicks?
of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs.
Okay.
The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
No
Yeah, I took a look.
foam.
Be my guest.
Which means she was dead when she when she was already put in the
Take a
tub.
closer look at her head and neck.
Her neck is bruised pretty badly.
Yeah. The neck is bruised and so are the arms. And that's a bite mark.
Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Very good.
There's a whole pile of pills there. You're gonna actually like let me... Oh, ring, here we go.
Very unusual ring.
I could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire. The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
Morphine would have been very quick.
So we have to look, when we leave, we have to remember to look for morphine syrettes.
And weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
Okay. Can we look at the pills? No? I don't really want to look at that. That's the only thing I could look at. Alright, what have we got down here? Nothing? Okay. Oh wait. We can look at these pills.
Looks like barbiturates.
Alright, so we got barbiturates. There's something over here. Something in there.
Barbiturates.
More barbiturates.
What else is rattling around in this thing? We should speak to a doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster.
Okay. So she's on barbiturates and benzodrine. Wait, what was that vibrating? Jacket?
Quality English smoking jacket. I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one.
Okay. Is that all there is to look at for the jacket? Yeah, I guess so. Alright, let's go have a look. Oh, there's someone to talk to as well. But we'll wait until we've... Oh, what's that? Got some pictures here.
This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look.
Oh, it said I could further. Diacine?
It's a place to start.
Well, we have an address. I just realized it said I could further investigate the other one as well. But it said it by the, like, after I'd already put it down. Oh, it's got nothing in it though. Alright, what about this last one? I didn't even read that message, I just realized, but...
Those certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
I don't think I really need to. Nope. Although I might, just because it might come in handy. I just didn't bother reading it. I saw there was an address and that was it. Something about Diacine? I don't know if that's... I'm probably not saying that right. Then there's the address. I'm working Tuesday 11 to 4 p.m. Come keep me company. Ask for Miss Randall. Julia. Alright. I think that's about it here. Oh yeah, and there's the music saying we've found all the clues.
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact.
Alright, so let's do a victim state of
Was
mind.
Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
Ah, she's lying about something. But do we have troubled sleep and depression, and these are amphetamines. Okay, so I'm guessing we should be able to use the sleeping pills because they're for depression.
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynoldsson? Julia was obviously disturbed about something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Alright, so those should work.
She was taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You must have seen them in her room.
You've seen the pillbox, the things she hid in there. I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star. A princess. Does modeling really pay that well?
I don't know. Maybe a little bit of side gig on the modeling.
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
She's lying bad. We have the men's smoking jacket. So she obviously had someone come over.
Why are you lying to me, Mrs. Reynoldsson? Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't prove that.
I'm not speaking ill of her by saying that she, you know, had some company, jeez.
Who owns the smoking jacket?
I wouldn't like to tell tales, you understand. That's Mr. Henderson's. An older man, very distinguished looking. He seemed very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry, I don't know. He said he lives in San Francisco.
Alright. And
What
relationship.
was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Lie. But do we have anything to prove it? Oh, no. No. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna bad cop.
Mrs. Reynoldsson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldsson. You've been very
Alrighty,
helpful.
cool.
One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home.
Okay. So from this point, this is now going to be my second run through of this mission. Basically what happens is when I record these, I do them in a series of little recordings where I'll stop the recording and then restart it again. And that's because sometimes I
got
forget.
things to do.
Shh, I'm explaining shit. Sometimes that I forget that, you know, I can only record for an hour. So if I go over that hour, it will turn off. So I do it in these series of little recordings. And I did the first 13 minutes and then the last 22 or something. But I obviously didn't press record properly. And from this point onwards, the whole middle section of the episode was missing. So I have to replay through it a second time. Just so that I can actually
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside
basically
and follow
put
up
a
these leads.
full
Can you get some guys
mission
to
up.
run down the jacket?
So as I said, this is going to be my second time playing through this level, so
Called it right?
I do know
Rarely gets it
now
wrong.
where everything is, the
don't
clues, the questions, all that stuff. So it's going to probably be a little bit faster of a run through at least.
Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
So we have the Surrette
The
now.
autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
I think our work is done here.
And now we can go to the doctor's office. Alright. So I'm just sort of gonna try and speed through this a little bit. As I said, I now know,
Like a little reunion in there.
since I
Almost
played
brought
through
a
this
tear
whole
to my
mission,
eye.
I've already
They're
finished
good
it.
police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast.
I now
you
know
barely
where
had time to
everything
learn
is
the
and everything,
names.
so I'm hoping
Let
that
me
I can
fill
sort
you
of
in. Bukowski's a pushover.
go through it a lot quicker
Galloway's
than
a
what I
drunk.
would have the
You could
first
learn a
time
thing or two
around,
from both of them.
and
Please. They couldn't work a
hopefully
vice
squeeze
case
it
if
all
their
into
life
one
depended
episode.
on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
Well, I don't know how I'm getting through these intersections right now without crashing, but I'm happy. Oh, I say that, and then that happens. But it wasn't anything serious, at least. Hurry up. Move. That dude took forever to turn.
Son of a bitch!
And I was like waiting for him to turn so I could turn around him. Alright. We made it to the doctor's place. There is a front entrance, but there's also this little side entrance that I found. And up the elevator. Oh wait, I've actually got to do this first or else it doesn't recognize. There we go.
Here, Stoneman, office 505.
See, I already know where I'm going, but I've got to pretend like I don't, because otherwise it wouldn't know what floor to take me.
I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
Alright, and the doctor's through here.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No. We wouldn't.
No, we don't.
Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Okay.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
So basically,
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all.
I got one of
She
these
only
questions
been a patient
wrong
6
before,
months or so.
but at least now I get a second chance and I know what I'm
Julia
supposed
Randall
to
has
say.
been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, Detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
So yeah, he said that he's only been treating her for 6 months, and I didn't know what time it was, like what year it was. So I assumed he was being truthful, but it turned out that he was where was it? This one? There. It turns out he'd been treating her for over a year instead of 6 months.
Prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine.
It's not illegal, Detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
Alright, so then we've got the additional
You wrote
medication.
Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
And then this is the... I think this is the one... No, I got this one right last time, actually.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
Now we can go to the dress store. I'm really trying to speed through these now, just so I can, because before I swear that middle section that I forgot to record or didn't press the button properly or whatever, I swear it was probably like over 40 minutes, which, you know, once you add, is it this door?
About what?
This door.
I don't know.
Once you add the, like, 35 minutes or so that I had recorded from the start and the end, it's going to be over an hour, so I'm hoping that I can squeeze it all into one instead of having to do a two-parter. Alrighty, let's go to this dress store.
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
Luckily it's just around the corner. There it is over there. Talk to this chick.
What can I help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning.
Alright.
How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
She tells the truth here.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
Yes, we do.
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to me.
I'm very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look?
I can't say why he's looking at the ring, but you'll figure it out later.
That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you.
That's better. I needed a drink.
How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
She's telling the truth.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about him.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Alright,
Are
and
Miss
this
Randall
part...
and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
She's also telling the truth here.
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no.
Great,
I can't
so
believe it. She was so full of life.
not anymore. Alright, now we'll use the phone here.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Any messages?
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Alright, so now we need to go to the morgue, or receiving hospital as they call it. Ooh, can we... Oh, I was trying to squeeze a U-turn in there.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
Well, her friend
learning,
didn't take the
Phelps.
big jump,
We'll
her
make a
friend
vice
was
cop
murdered.
out of you yet.
But, you know, you and Rusty seem to think that she just killed herself. Rusty's a lazy cop, and I believe that you're lazy as well. Alright, here we go, right here. This way and in here.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us
Yes,
down
we
here
know
to
that
gloat?
one.
We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 cigarettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No
Roy's
sign
a
of
dick.
morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
And then we're gonna go look at this. A
Sorry, I don't
harmonica.
play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine.
Alrighty.
Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over.
Now we go talk to
We have a
Henry
guy called
Arnett.
Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal, thanks for the lead.
It's kind of good that I have already done this mission before, because this just makes it so much easier. I know what's coming. I know, you know, where I need to go, what I need to say, all that stuff.
Arnett is in interview 2, Phelps. Go help him get whatever.
But I
it is
remember
off
where the
his
interview
chest.
rooms are. I think they're down here. Yeah, here we go.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
Alright, your
How well
relationship
did
with
you
her?
know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and
He's
Julia
lying
occasionally
here.
modeled for me.
So I got this one right before.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck-on-the-shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private. Heather won't have to know. Yes. We had relations.
Alright, now this next question I got
Miss
wrong
Randall's
the first
landlady
time
said she was seeing an
through.
older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
So I thought he was lying here, and I pressed bad cop, but I mean, really, I had to accuse him apparently.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, Detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name.
But I don't
think
know.
He's from New York or someplace back east.
The only thing I have on Henderson is the smoking jacket. It doesn't actually say it belongs to him. And then the housekeeper's statement, which says he's from San Francisco.
That's funny. Julia told her cleaning lady that he lived in San Francisco.
So I guess
Okay,
that was
you
it.
got it. I don't know where he's from. Julia wanted money. She always wanted money. She thought she could get something from this guy.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. You think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah.
Probably.
Maybe he and Julia were getting serious.
Alright, and then this last one, he also
Ever
lies.
heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Uh-huh.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my saddle.
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it.
This part he
Fighting
lies his
six.
ass
You were
off.
in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines.
Oh, finally,
Why'd you
Roy,
let him off the hook?
you actually got something
Because we're
right.
giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski?
So this
Have him check the
next
place
part
out and go through his record.
is a very long
Can you also have R&I run the records on
tailing
Jimmy
part. We have to
LeBlanc
tail
and
him
find out who was his last
in the
arrested
car
officer.
and then on foot.
Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
He's in that car at the lights.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
Just keep a bit of distance on him.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Yeah, no, he's a pretty shit liar, as it turns out. Gonna stay behind this cab. Give him a chance to get through those lights. There we go.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
We also discovered through the first time playing this that Roy's car needs new brakes because it has really squeaky brakes. Every time I brake, it's just... that's all you hear. And then after I said that, because I was the whole time I was recording, well, I thought I was recording, I was like commentating too. And I was gunning it, and then this car stopped in front of me. I slammed on the brakes and I went forever, and still just tapped him in the back before I stopped. I'm like, see, I told you need new brakes. If you had new brakes, that would not have happened, Roy.
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Alright, just wait here for a second. Don't want to get too close to him. Ah, there we go. And I'm pretty sure he pulls over here. Or maybe it was, yeah, right here. And then we just need to pull up a little bit further up. There we go. And now we have to tail him on foot. Well.
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned.
Definitely an amateur.
See how he intends to spend them.
Like, we just parked across the road.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
He could have just, you know, walked out of the store and looked at us while we were across the road and seen us. Oop. He turns around there. Alright, now he crosses the street. Gonna pretend like we're shopping here. I know he's already turned around this corner. There we go. So we've done this part as well.
That's right.
I've actually...
One-way ticket, please.
I've actually almost finished.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
Because I know where I started recording again at the end, so I only need to basically record up to there and then I can put the ending from the first time I played back on.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
Look at that smug look on Roy's face. Alright.
Oh my god. It's Fabergé.
Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over.
Cigarette case.
The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Alright.
You are